Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to CAN TV. My name is Ava, and I'm your host this afternoon for Greater Westtown. And today, our guest is Mr. Tom Rowe. He's from the Greater Westtown, and he is one of the instructors for our shipping and receiving program. Hello, Tom. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back.
Okay, good. Tom, can you give our viewers out there information on how they would go about, like if they wanted to get into the shipping and receiving program at Greater Westtown?
Well, so if they're interested, actually a great way to start would be to call Greater Westtown at 312-536-9028. They can talk to one of the instructors like myself. Another way too is with them, if they call, we can get them signed up for an orientations. We actually have one tomorrow. It starts at 8:45, so if anybody is interested, please give us a call. People are there to answer phones now, or if you're in the neighborhood, please stop by as well. Orientation will start at 8:45.
Okay, what are some of the qualifying factors that we need to know, like age and income and things of that? How would they
Well,
find that out?
so as far as age-wise, there's a minimum of 18. You have to at least be 18 years old to qualify. So that's the minimum, and then from there, there's no cap on the age. Typically, those who do get accepted, and when you do accept, if you are accepted in the program, it's going to be of no charge. So part of that is meeting an income requirement. And really for us, if someone's not working, getting unemployment, maybe getting public aid as well too, those are good qualifying factors.
Okay. My other question would be skills or academic skills. What is required there? Do they have to have a certain level, high school GED or diploma?
Yeah, so it helps at least with the employment side with a high school diploma or a GED. For the program, it is preferred, but it's not required. We also do offer an opportunity to get. We'll help you with the process of a GED as well if you're interested. We do test your reading and math skills. Individuals who come in, we like them to have. The requirement to meet is at least a 6th grade reading and math level.
Okay.
And that. But again, that's going to be basically knowing how to add and subtract, maybe some multiplying and division as well too.
Okay, so you mentioned classroom time. So if they score, say, a 6th grade level, then the classroom time is so that they can help improve their skills.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it's hands-on training plus classroom. It's math and reading are one of those things that are throughout all of shipping and receiving. Math, you're going to be calculating freight rates, you're going to be doing package densities and package weights as well too. And, with the reading side, it's all about the comprehension and being able to follow customers' orders. So you got to be able to read those properly, understand what those are, be able to write out an order as well too, fill out UPS log books and those things as well.
Okay. What about an individual that may have a barrier?
We take and look at each person individually. So we do it kind of on an individual basis. Okay. We've had people who've come through, if a barrier is your background. If you have a background, well, we talk to each person individually. We have people come into the program who have had criminal backgrounds, and they do fine. If your reading levels are a little low, if you're just at that 6th grade level, again, there's extra tutoring in that will help you with that as well too. So, we have a criteria, but we also talk to the individuals on a one-on-one basis at some point, and we kind of, get a feel whether the program is right for them as well, and it may not be. We're about people succeeding at Greater Westtown, and part of that success is, when you come to Greater Westtown, we want you to succeed, we help you find a job at the end, and we know when people are successful, finally they're working, they're happier as well too, and then it makes for a better community as well too, and being a community-based organization, that's what we're focused at.
Okay, great. Now, before we go any further, you had mentioned, or I thought that I heard that there was supportive services. Say a person is accepted into the program. What if they're having difficulty getting to and from the facility? Is there anything to assist them there?
We do help. Like I said, it's not a paid training, but it's also no charge to that person. But what we do help with is you get yourself to the training. If you're accepted, you get to yourself to the training that first week. Then each Friday we help you with transportation to help you get through the weekend and get you to the training center the following week. And then each week, every Friday, you'll get a transportation to help get you back, whether it's a Ventra card or a gas card, depending if you drive.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, I understand that you brought some photos, and
Yep.
I'd like to show the viewers some of those. So let's see what we have here. Could you give us some information on what this is in the warehouse?
Sure. Can you get up on the screen? I don't think they have it up there.
Oops.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Stuff happens here. So actually what this is a picture of our warehouse that we work in. So it's going to be classroom training as well as warehouse work as well. So hands-on training. This is a couple racks that have been set up as well. And you see there's a manual hand jack. We do have some forklifts as well too. Everything that you see on that racking is actually boxes that have product in it, and those products have been donated to Greater Westtown. And you'll learn how to move those. You'll learn how to ship as well. So lots of hands-on training.
So this one right here, when you said that they have to do weights and balances, so it's actually, they have to actually weigh the product?
Yes. There we go. See if that helps. So yeah, you'll actually, part of it is, like this gentleman here, one of our previous students, he's getting ready to, that's going to be wrapped and set for shipment. So what he's learning to do there, he's going to learn to do freight rates. And that is weigh the pallet, weigh the product, learn what tier weights are, learn what net weight and gross weight are. And you'll have to figure, again, part of the math is figuring out tier weight plus net weight to get your gross weight. Your gross weight then is used to fill out the bill of lading. That weight's also used then to figure out what a freight rate and how much the charge is, what the cost is to ship.
Okay. And they look like they're having a party here.
I hope so. It's we like to keep the atmosphere light, but we still consider it to be a work environment as well. So it's you come in, it's a training school, but we treat it like it's a job. So in this picture as well too, they're doing more work. So you have some students who are stretch wrapping on the stretch wrap machine. Some looks like they're labeling off to the side there. One gentleman is waiting to pick up the load once it's been stretch wrapped. There's myself and 5 other instructors. There's 3 of us or 4 of us that work really in the warehouse as well too. So we like to have an environment that's real that is just like working in a real warehouse. And so, again, that's why we treat it that way. The training itself is 380 hours. That's roughly 3 months or 12 weeks. And in those 12 weeks, you will do classroom time. You'll do what's in the picture here as well too. It's Monday through Fridays, 8:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon. So I want to reiterate that we do treat this like a full-time job. We have attendance policies as well too. Your expectation is that once you sign up for the training, you're there. You're there every day. You make that commitment, just like we make our commitment to you.
So, okay, viewers, while I have your undivided attention, here's the information that you need. The skills that you need to learn for shipping and receiving are being taught at the Greater Westtown Training Partnership. The address is 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. Call. Classes start next week. The number to dial is right there in front of you, 312-563-9028. We have 3 other forms of contact: Facebook, the World Wide Web, and email. We have an orientation that's being presented this Wednesday at 8:45. Come on, sign up, learn a career. So Tom, next question. Can you give the viewers an idea of a typical day as to what a participant will go through from the time they get there until the end of the day?
Okay. So on a typical day, you will probably be in contact with at least 3 or 4 instructors teaching different subjects. You would probably have myself for safety at one point. And each class time is roughly about an hour and a half. So an hour and a half of safety, whether it's warehouse safety, on the job safety, OSHA safety of some sort. Then you might have Mr. White would come in and teach you, talk to you more and show you forklift safety, and that we'll go over that with you as well too. And then you might have lunch, and after lunch, you'd probably have Mr. J come in and talk to you about warehouse operations, just beginning part of that. So you learn at least the receiving side in the beginning. Then when you're done with him, you probably have William Molino come in and he'll talk to you about job readiness, and that get you, what it means to have a good interview skills, to be a good employee as well too. And I know that sounds a lot like it's just going to be in the classroom, but you're going to get classroom. But then if you're working in a warehouse, typically a warehouse part of the day would be you're going to start processing orders. You may pick orders. Mr. J is really good about giving you orders, and you may have to repack before we start a class as well too. So we like to do a lot of the hands-on. Mr. White, for his part too, after you go through the forklift safety, because we want to make sure everybody understands what that is, then we'll start doing some of the practical side. So you'll start to get up on the forklifts and that.
So what if a student, because I know you said you have several different forklifting machines, what if they say fail and don't meet the requirements of the safety measures? How do you handle that?
Well, what we do is we help them out. We'll keep going through to make sure that they understand what it means to be safe. Part of that is understanding the controls on the different machines. We have 4 or 5 different types of forklifts. We have the sit-down electric, we have a sit-down propane, we have a walkie rider, we have 2 types of stand-up as well too. So, for someone, it's like anything else, it's a skill. So they may demonstrate that they are good with the sit-downs, but are struggling with the stand-ups. So you know what? Then we get them certified. They'll get an opportunity to get certified on the sit-downs as well, and that. But again, part of that is demonstrating that you can be safe, and that you can drive with some accuracy, and you're aware of your surroundings and those kind of things.
Okay, not wanting to harp on the forklifting, but say if their skills, they only master 3, then that's what their certification would be?
Yeah.
Is that 3? And their certification is good for how long?
Certifications are typically good for 3 years.
Okay.
So the one that you would get for us, it would be good for 3 years. Again, no matter where you go work at, they're going to certify you on their machines and their methods as well too. This at least gives you a leg up to show that the employer will look at you and go, oh, they've got some experience on a sit down, or they've got some experience on a cherry picker or an order picker, or in a regular stand up as well too. So it's nice for them to have that. That's something they can take with them. But it's good. Yeah, typically it's good for 3 years. Some companies might have you redo it after a year.
Okay.
They just want to make sure you're up to date.
So the certification is good for 3 years, and it will travel anywhere in the United States?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So like you said, they have the upper hand as opposed to going out on a job, which I'm going to ask you about in just a minute. With the market on the boom now, are you finding it hard to place students, or is it very easily to place the student?
Well, we still have a 90% success rate in placing students and that. And so, I can say why it's not 100% is, you get to the end of the training, and then sometimes people decide it's not what they want to do. So typically they'll take themselves out, and we don't hear from them as well. But those who do stick it out, communicate with us, we can get them placed. Even with the market the way it is, it takes dedication on both sides. And that's a big chunk of helping to get someone through the program and making sure that they're successful is, you just told the current class, it's that communication. What do you want in a job? We know what the job market is. We have employers that we deal with all the time. But we want to match you to a job that you're going to be successful in. So part of that is communicating with the students and understanding what kind of jobs that they would like. Also, too, it's like we have someone in the program for 3 months, so we can see what their skill level is, and then we can help them match them to a job that would meet those skill levels, and hopefully let them grow those skills in a work environment as well too, then with a company.
So, give the viewers an idea of some of the challenges that some of the participants may have met or had or experienced when they first got there at Greater Westtown.
So One of the challenges is typically sometimes childcare for both, whether male or female who come in. That can be. If there's a way that we can help with that, we do. But we also recommend that before you come in, think about, if you have children, do I have the right childcare for at this time, right? So for 3 months, I'm not going to be paid who can help take care of my children at that time as well. And there's options, and if you don't find it, we have a student coordinator on site who can kind of help with maybe get you in the right direction. We've had people who've started who are have a place to live, then all of a sudden they're homeless as well too. That can be a real challenge, as well. So, maybe there's a way we can help you with that as well too. We try to do as much as we can because the goal then is while you're in training is we want to see what barriers pop up. We want to see maybe what difficulties there are and see where we can help get those under control, maybe help eliminate as well too. Because the goal then is to put you to work and that. And it's hard to go to work and concentrate on work if you've got all these other outside issues
on the outside issues
going on as well.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the webcam again and give the information, the viewers the information. Okay, viewers, it's Greater Westtown Training Partnership. We have classes starting soon, so you need to call 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. There's the number, 312-563-9028. Don't forget, if you can't get us on the phone, which is a rarity, you have 3 other ways of contacting us. You have Facebook, you have the World Wide Web, and you also have the email address. So call. We have classes. We have an orientation that's being presented this Wednesday
Tomorrow,
at
yes.
8:45, which, that is tomorrow. My days just roll right into one another. But
Yes, they do.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, at 8:45. Again, 500 North Sacramento. This is for the shipping and receiving program. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out and call the number.
Yeah, I just want to say classes are going to start October 22nd. And I know that's a short time from now, but if you can get to the orientation tomorrow, that would be great. That would help it out. If you can't make tomorrow's, please give us a call if you're interested, and we can talk to you, maybe bring you in as well too. But again, we know classes start on the 22nd, and if we still have openings at that time, we'll still talk to people as well too.
Okay. Tom, what about the balance between men and women in your class, in the classrooms? Is it the women are nervous, or do they adapt very quickly? Are they nervous? Are they intimidated by the men, or thinking that they're in a man's world?
Well, they do think they're in a man's world, and part of shipping and receiving, it's still male dominated. But what I would say is this, is classes tend to be more male than female. We do have females who apply into the program and who are there. Women who come to our program tend to be some of our stronger ones as well too. And that they meet a different criteria sometimes, a skill set that employers kind of need in that. So to a lot of employers, it is women have that attention to detail as well too. So they tend to look that way as well too. But I would say, if you're interested in shipping and receiving and logistics, and you're a woman, call us. And that too. It's not just for men anymore. Women thrive in this industry as well. Women make as good as forklift drivers, if not better, than men. It's that attention to detail. I have Mr. White shaking his head because he does a lot of the training, and he will tell you that as well too. So women can thrive, and women can do very well in shipping and receiving, and we always encourage that. Yeah, and I don't know how else to say it, but if you're a female and you're interested in shipping and receiving, call us, and that too. You have as good a chance, if not better, of succeeding in this type of environment.
What are some of the places that the participants are placed on jobs? What exactly is out there? What's being offered to them?
Well, I mean, the type of positions, as far as that goes, is typically a warehouse clerk, or a warehouse associate, and that's very broad nowadays as well too, because it's not just forklift driver, warehouse associate, shipping clerk, receiving clerk. Those positions are there, but you tend to do all four in one position. So if you are a warehouse associate, that means you're probably driving a forklift, picking an order, driving the forklift, picking the order, setting the order up as well too, going into the inventory system, pulling the order out, making up a packing slip and a sales order slip as well. You're doing all the shipping labels in that. So warehouse associates kind of covers all of that as well. And that's just, the variety of jobs that are out there as well. It's an industry that you can grow in as well too. You can go from a warehouse associate, work your way up to maybe someone who works more in the dock, handling the logistics side of that. You can run into being a quality control person as well, maybe strictly inventory control as well too, which has, again, some more responsibilities and does need someone who has good attention to detail as well. You can move up to a team lead at some point. And then, team lead typically has a crew underneath them that they're responsible for, and then they report to the supervisor. They might eventually move up into being a supervisor as well too. So there are opportunities if you stick with it.
Okay. What about, say, when they're just getting started? What type of pay scale are we looking at? Say, like, when they're first there, as opposed to if they're hungry and they want to move up, and say after their 90 days, what's the variation of the pay scale there?
What I will tell you is probably the average to get your foot in the door is right around $12.50 and that. And again, I know the forklifting jobs, people will see those and say, oh, well, I can make X amount, being a forklift driver. And if you look carefully at those, you gotta have someone who has got experience on a forklift. So if you've never been on one, or you haven't been on one in a while, to try to get that higher scale a lot of times doesn't work out that way. Some of the companies as well too, what they want to do is they want to test you to make sure you're going to work out before they take that next step with you as well too. You typically have a 90-day probation period or maybe a 60-day probation period as well too. So before they spend that time on that extra training on the forklift, they might have you, let's see how well they pick orders and that. Let's see how dedicated they are to it as well and that.
So I know the Greater Westtown has been doing this for, correct me if I'm wrong, 29 years. So you're very well known in the industry because your people are trained, they come out of the door, they hit the ground with their feet on the floor, and they're solid and they're ready. So this is where you were saying the 90% placement come in, and then the others just decide this doesn't work for them.
Right.
But that's a fantastic percentage to have in the industry, especially with it being on the rise. So it's jobs out there, it's just a matter of, here we go. There you go. If you want that training, learn to operate the forklifting machines, to get the skills for logistics, call the Greater Westtown Training Partnership Program. Located at 500 North Sacramento Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60612. The phone number is 312-563-9028. 3 other forms of contact. We have Facebook, the World Wide Web, and email. But don't forget to dial the number. Classes start, just as Tom said, October 22nd. We can still get you in and get you in through the process. So callers, don't forget, classes start soon. If you're looking for a career that's going to last you a lifetime and it travels anywhere, your certificate is good for 3 years, okay? Give us a call. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. So, Tom, just to wind it down, you've, I think, answered basically all of my questions. Is there any more information that you'd like to share with the viewers in reference to why a person would come to Greater Westtown?
Well, like you said, we've been doing this for almost 30 years. We have contacts within the industry to help place people. It's one of those things. We are a community-based organization. And again, we talk about we have 90% placement. We have people who tend to fall off. But the one thing for us as well too is we tend to be a family as well too. And once you're part of Greater Westtown, we say you always are. Part of that is that communication as well. So when you come to Greater Westtown, we help place you in jobs. The first job we put people in, we don't call that your forever job. And then we're done. The thing is, we have people who work for a while, may come back to us and say, Tom, you know what, this job is great, but I really need something that's more challenging. We'll help you find another job as well too. And then the goal is you transition out of the current job that you're in into a better job. You've done such a great job that company now will call us and want to get more students from us as well too. believe in paying it forward. You know, someone does something for you, then you turn around and help someone else out.
Wow, that is great. So one more time, viewers, I'm going to give you the information. Greater Westtown Training Partnership Program, Chicago, Illinois, 500 North Sacramento Boulevard. 3 other forms of contact. You have the World Wide Web, you have Facebook, and you have the email. Don't forget to call the number. Classes start October 22nd. 312-563-9028. This is the Greater Westtown Training Partnership Program. If you're looking to learn how to operate forklifts, learn logistics from front to back, this would be the program that you need to kickstart your career. We look forward to your calls, and thank you for viewing CAN TV.